In July 1974, Turkey deployed its military to the Mediterranean island of Cyprus. 46 years later, it's still there. Some Western countries have asked Turkey to withdraw, but Turkey has refused, promising to stay unless Greece removes its military as well.
Biz İlhaniya'ya oradayız. 2. Güvenlikte de biz daha önce de belirlendiği gibi oradan tamamen Türk askerinin çekilmesi diye bir şey söz konusu olamaz. Bunu daha önce de zaten bu şekilde konuşmuştuk. Eğer böyle bir şey düşünülüyorsa o zaman her iki tarafın da askerlerini tamamıyla buralardan çekmesi gerekir.
But why is Turkey there at all? The island was under Ottoman control for more than 300 years, before being colonized by the British. Most of its inhabitants are settlers from either Greece or Turkey, identifying as Greek or Turkish Cypriots, and their descendants. Under British occupation, the two ethnic groups coexisted, although uneasily. In the mid-1950s, İOKA, a terror group seeking enosis, or union with Greece, began a campaign of oppression and violence against Turkish Cypriots. İOKA terrorists sought to ethnically cleanse the island of Turkish Cypriots. Its brutality forced Turkish Cypriots in at least 33 mixed villages to abandon their homes between 1955 and 1958. Finally, in 1960, the Republic of Cyprus was formed through the Zurich and London Agreement, signed by the United Kingdom, Greece and Turkey.
The Cyprus Republic that was established in 1960 was not a fully fledged sovereign country. It was nothing other than establishing a Greco-Turkish balance in the Eastern Mediterranean. And the Turkish Cypriot partner is a political equal to the Greek Cypriot partner. The Turkish Cypriot partner was to take part in this partnership on behalf of Turkey, and the Greek Cypriot partner on behalf of Greece. And one of the most primary characteristics of the Republic of Cyprus was that in the event of a breakdown in the partnership, none of the partners, neither the Turkish Cypriots nor the Greek Cypriots, would have the right to claim to be the Republic of Cyprus on its own, excluding the other partner.
But that understanding soon broke down.
Immediately after the establishment of the partnership, the Greek Cypriot side proposed constitutional amendments, which were aimed at undoing the political equality of the Turkish Cypriot partner and turning what was a partnership republic into a Greek Cypriot dominated republic. Obviously, the Turkish Cypriot side rejected these constitutional amendments.
On December 21, 1963, systematic attacks on Turkish Cypriots began, and their representatives in state institutions were discriminated against and alienated by their Greek Cypriot counterparts. This aggressive campaign led to the Bloody Christmas of 1963, in which 103 villages were targeted and hundreds of Turkish Cypriots were killed. About 30,000 Turkish Cypriots were forced to leave their homes and take shelter in an area constituting only 3% of the island. The oppression continued for 11 years.
During these tragic years, Turkish Cypriots were massacred, mass graves, abductions, kidnappings, missing people, all sorts of atrocities. I was only 10 years old in 1963. I remember sounds of bombs, gunfire. I remember refugees, Turkish Cypriot refugees, running in front of our house, coming from outside the walled city of Nicosia, seeking refuge within the walled city of Nicosia in the Turkish sector. I remember two families who, in trying to escape the Greek Cypriot atrocity, came and sought refuge in our own house. Wives and children stayed with us for months. They were from outside the walled city of Nicosia. and they were in danger of Greek Cypriot violence, so they came. And this was can you imagine what effects these would have on a 10-year-old kid?
Greek Cypriot militias who sought Ionosis went on a killing spree targeting Turkish Cypriots. In July 1974, Cypriot President Archbishop Makarios was overthrown in a military coup. The new president, Nikos Samson, unilaterally declared union with Greece. For Turkey, this was the final straw.
There was a continuous attack to the lives of the Turks. And, there were many political undertakings to prevent it, though. They could not succeed, they could not achieve. And all political means of 1960s and 70s had diminished, had finished. So it was the latest and obligatory action to start a military operation in the island and protect the lives. On the other hand, we can add some other dimensions. For instance, Turkey's security is another aspect other than the lives of the Turks, because Cyprus is located at the south of Anatolia, covering the whole coast. And if there is an existence of hostile army, hostile nation, that means Turkey will feel threatened. So there are many reasons, not only lives of Turkey, but also geopolitical concerns.
Ankara swiftly responded. The Turkish army was instructed by the National Security Council to prepare for an operation in Cyprus. On July 20, 1974, then Prime Minister Bülent Ecevit announced the start of the operation, saying it would make a great contribution to mankind and peace.
Öyle umarım ki kuvvetlerimize ateş açılmaz ve kanlı bir çatışmaya yol açılmaz. Biz aslında savaş için değil, barış için ve yalnız Türklere değil, Rumlara da barış getirmek için adaya gidiyoruz.
Once on the island, the Turkish military secured the north for Turkish Cypriots. Turkish paratroopers were deployed at various points of the island, while fighter jets flew low over the land. Following the UN Security Council's call, Turkey stopped its operation and agreed to a ceasefire with Greece. Those facing persecution in the south relocated to the north of the island. During the second phase of the operation, a number of mass graves of Turkish civilians were unveiled in Turkish towns. In October 1974, an autonomous Turkish Cypriot administration was set up. In November 1983, the Turkish-dominated north of the island declared independence from the south and formed the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus.
Kıbrıs Türk halkının meşru ve önüne geçilmesi imkansız istek ve iradesine tercüman olarak Kuzey Kıbrıs Türk Cumhuriyeti'nin bağımsız bir devlet olarak kurulduğunu dünya ve tarih önünde ilan ediyoruz.
For years there have been reunification efforts but no success. In 2004, a referendum was held on the so-called Annan Plan, a UN-drafted proposal that would see the island united as a two-state federation. It was supported by Turkish Cypriots, but overwhelmingly rejected by Greek Cypriots. Turkish Cypriots say the blame is shared by many.
Greek Cypriots are treated as if they are the state, and we are treated as if we are just a mere community. We are unequal on the international scene. They are sitting at the UN General Assembly, and since 2004 they are sitting as a member of the European Union. Where are we? We are subject to restrictions and embargoes by the European Union. And yet people say, negotiate, talk to each other, and you're going to solve the problem. This is an insult to our intelligence. So I am one of those Turkish Cypriots who maintain that so long as this inequality continues, there is no way, there is no logic in conducting negotiations.
The current Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus administration also feels the prospect of reunification is now far-fetched.
We believe that after all these years, we should have two states living side by side. Obviously, to reach an agreement, we still have to negotiate. We have to negotiate the land issue, territorial issue, and other matters regarding international recognition, international representation. However, we insist on the Turkish guarantee.
The recent discovery of large hydrocarbon reserves in the eastern Mediterranean has led to a scramble for control of the region. Greece and Greek-administered Cyprus, backed by the European Union, say they are legally entitled to these zones. But Turkey disagrees. It lays claims on behalf of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus.
Turkey's, as you know, claim that we have to have a share of the resources in the Eastern Mediterranean. With Turkey, we have an agreement as Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Turkey has made a new agreement with Libya, as you know. All these developments have meant that basically in the seas around Cyprus and to the south of Turkey, we have a lot of exploration rights, and these are very substantial, probably potential wealth. Therefore, this is another new dimension to the Cyprus problem. In the years before, as you know, this was not a criteria because no one was too much interested in these resources. However, in the last few years, these resources came up, and basically these resources make a new or impose a new dimension to the Cyprus problem, which is, I think, very important. Therefore, we believe that cooperation with Turkey in these areas also enhances the status of the TRNC.
Tatar says his administration is seeking avenues of economic cooperation with the UK and the European Union.
After Brexit, we think that Britain, as a guarantor power, still a guarantor power, can basically start thinking again, because they know after the Annan Plan, as you know, in the Annan Plan, Turkish Cypriots overwhelmingly said yes, Greek Cypriots said overwhelmingly no. Despite that, they have been accepted into Europe on their own before a solution was reached, which was very unfair. And everybody knows that this was very unfair, and Turkish Cypriots have been treated badly. And since we are a community of people, we have our own state, and these negotiations have been fruitless for all these years. We expect from the international community, and especially from England, our guarantor power, who knows the Cyprus problem very well, that we should at least have direct trade, and we should at least have direct flights to North Cyprus so that we can develop our economy.
But the lack of international recognition of the TRNC does mean such economic cooperation seems unlikely for now. TRNC officials say the British want to maintain their military bases on the island. The bases are located in Greek-administered territory, so provide no incentive for cooperation with the North. The Americans have similar interests. Russia, TRNC officials say, has chosen to support the Orthodox Church.
Thank God, with the assistance of our motherland, Turkey. If the Greek Cypriots were unable to annihilate the Turkish Cypriots during those tragic years when there was no military intervention of Turkey, it was because they were afraid of Turkish military might. It's when they felt somehow that Turkey was not going to be able to move, they staged the coup d'etat of 15th of July 74. And Turkey came 5 days later and put an end to Greek Cypriot dreams of union of Cyprus with Greece. And brought the Turkish Cypriots back to life. Thank God. And 20th of July 2020, we will be celebrating the 46th anniversary of the peace operation, and we will be yet again thankful to our motherland.
Amidst this deadlock, Turkish Cypriots feel they're unlikely to attain international recognition anytime soon, and for now, Turkish military presence is the only thing guaranteeing their right to exist.